Yeah, now we are moving towards big data. Let's understand about big data and its terminology. What exactly is big data? So, the big data is also data, but with a huge size. Big data is a term used to describe a collection of data that is huge in size and yet growing exponentially with time. In short, such data is so large and complex that none of the traditional data management tools are able to store it or process it efficiently. As web-based e-commerce has spread, big data-driven business models have evolved which treat data as an asset in itself.
The world is becoming an increasingly digital space. Today, we manage, share, and store our lives online. Data is gathered from our devices, computers, and smartphones that collect and transmit information on what we do. But that is just the beginning. Soon, most things, including our TVs, watches, and even diapers, will collect and transmit data. In fact, if we gathered all the data from the beginning of time until the year 2000, it would be less than we now create in a minute. This phenomenon is transforming our understanding of the world and our place in it. It's become known as big data. Big data could be invaluable for business. It could provide a window into the lives of customers that we have never previously imagined. But there is a problem. How do we unravel the strands of big data and pick out the relevant parts? Data comes from so many sources. How do we know where to look? And how do we access it? In short, how do we turn all this information into knowledge?
Let me give you a few real-life examples about big data. First, let's talk about Airtel. Airtel is India's largest telecom company. Over 2 billion calls are made on Airtel's network every day. Now, imagine the amount of data generated at this scale. Here, traditional databases and analytics tools will not be of much help to Airtel given the scale of their data. Second, let's talk about Apple. Apple wants to understand how its customers feel about the newest iPhone. For that, Apple would like to study the millions of tweets about iPhones from users around the world. Apple would also like to mine Facebook information on Apple's online community site, and other such sources. A lot of this information will be text-based. Some of it could be in other formats as well. Again, Apple can't rely on traditional tools and databases for this. Now, in all such cases, you need a platform and a tool that can handle the volume as well as variety of data. Hence, a separate category for the big data ecosystem. Let's see the components of big data ecosystem. First, cloud-based platform to store all your data. Second, system to store the data in a distributed environment. Third, tools to analyze the data.
Constantly produce a lot of data. For example, via social media, public transport, and GPS. But it goes way beyond that. Daily, we upload 55 million pictures, 340 million tweets, and 1 billion documents. In total, we produce 2.5 quintillion bytes a day. That's a lot of zeros. It's ridiculous. We call this big data. But what's actually more important is what you can do with it. To process big data, you don't need huge computers. People work with the cloud, an endless network of normal servers, and powerful algorithms. This way, they can analyze over 1 million pieces of data in minutes. And the result? Well, for example, video streaming website Netflix analyzed the big data of their viewers, like popular shows and watching patterns. This way, they produced a successful series with the perfect combination of actors, directors, and storyline. Right now, the big data of traffic is being analyzed to develop a car that can drive completely accident-free all by itself. And in the future, we can even use the big data of DNA to determine the perfect treatment. This way, curing genetic diseases like cancer would become much easier. And that's just the start.